All right, so we started this project about 3 months ago. We started to build this fish room. I know that it's probably flickering in here right now. It's because of the lights. I apologize about that. But anyway, I thought it was time to go ahead and do a walkthrough and show you everything that we've got running out here right now. We'll talk about what filters we're using, the heaters that we're using, all of that stuff. Talk about it all and all of the fish that we have. So let's go for a ride around the house. Let me show you all of our tanks before I fall asleep. So I'm in here in the office watching the live stream of Multi-Tank Addiction drawing a picture for Lisa. How amazing is that? He live streams that every Tuesday night. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you should definitely check out his stream. So yeah, go check it out. This is the 75 that was the first tank that I set up when we came back to the hobby. And it's really almost like the aquarium that we forgot. It's got a goldfish in it. This is a comet goldfish that Lisa bought one day at Petco. Her name is Stevie, and we don't even know if she is a she, but she named her Stevie because she's a huge Stevie Nicks fan. And we've got a bunch of Pearl Danios in here. They're supposed to be out in the 125 in the garage, but she couldn't catch them because they're rascals when it comes to catching them. But you've seen this tank a million times if you followed along with the channel for a while, but I'll go through what we're running on it right now. We've got the Flooville 3.0. This is the Reef Flooville 3.0. And then as far as a filter goes, we've got the Flooville 407. No heater because, you know, goldfish, Danios, they're good. So the water stays like 72, 73. It's no problem. So, and my bobblehead collection has grown quite extensively. And of course, if you didn't see it in the live stream, the best bobblehead in the collection is the John Hudson bobblehead. Yeah, that's really a thing. You gonna help with the tanks, Ike? No? Mags? Roxy? Nobody wants to help? Okay. So we're in my living room now, and I wanted to show you these two tanks. I don't think these have ever been shown in videos before. They're two Aqueon little column tanks. They're little 15-gallon tanks, and I actually think they look really good on either side of the TV. Lisa likes them too. They're both her tanks. They're probably going to stay here. They're going to probably be the only tanks that actually stay out here in the house. Everything else is going to move to the garage. It's a complete setup. Comes with a little hang on the back filter, Aqueon hang on the back filter. Comes with a heater, comes with the stand, the whole deal. It's a nice little kit. I mean, it's cute and it looks good. It's kind of modern. It has the little cabinet under here, which is completely empty, but you could put stuff in there if you wanted to. But anyway, what we have in this tank right now is the albino blue tail guppies from Twin Cities Guppies, which are amazing. They're gorgeous. And yes, you're not imagining things. There is one small discus in here. The short version of the long story is we bought 16 discus and 15 of them died within just a couple of weeks. They were sick, don't know what it was, but we got one left. And Lisa's not 100% sure what she's gonna do with this fish, but it's not like we're gonna flush it, it's fine. But anyway, let's talk about things that are a little more happy. This is Lisa's, one of her pride and joys. This is another one of those 15-gallon tanks. Setup is the same again, you know, just came with all the standard stuff. But what she has set up here is a beta sorority, and she absolutely loves it. She's having so much fun with this tank. I really like what she's done as far as the fish that she put in here. There's a good mixture of the colors, all different kinds of stuff, all females. They're all getting along. Yeah, there might be the occasional issue with some nipped fins or whatever, but for the most part, this group right here has been together for a while, and they're getting along, and they're all good. So yeah, we'll stick with those. So this is a little 3-gallon bow front tank that we actually have sitting in our dining room. I'm not quite sure why Lisa hasn't taken this out into the garage yet, but it's right next to a bunch of windows, so we fight algae in this tank really bad. But Lisa pretty much uses this as like a hospital tank for her betas. You can see we've got a nice female in here right now. Not sure how well she's showing up on camera, but she was injured a little bit, and Lisa has nursed her back to health, and she's absolutely gorgeous. Just a little 3-gallon bow front that has a little filter. I'm not even sure what brand this filter is. We bought it from Flip Aquatics at the Aquatic Experience last year. It came with this little light, almost like a little desktop light. It's a cute little thing. It almost looks like it should be on your desk, but anyway, it'll eventually be out in the garage, but for now, it's here. All right, now we're out here in the garage. Got Mama Cat in here. She's our one-eyed little rescue cat. And then her kitten, Rena, which we thought was a girl, but is now a boy. Yeah, anyway, we don't judge, but you'll see those cats pop up in our videos quite often. Here is a tank you haven't seen in quite a while. This is Lisa's, let me get this ladder out of the way. Lisa's 75-gallon planted tank with the purple Emperor Tetras that she got from Rachel O'Leary. Look at them. They're fantastic. Love, love, love these fish. This tank just has a Marineland LED on it. It's an old one, and it seems to be doing the trick. The plants are doing well. It is also filtered with the Flooville 407. You saw me install that on a video. Rena, you cannot go in there. So it's running well. I mean, it's finally doesn't have all those tannins in it. It had that in there for a long time, and I'm not a fan of that. It's finally now all cleared up after 8-9 months. There's not all that dark, nasty stuff in it. I know there's a lot of people that are a fan of that, but I'm just not. It's just not my thing. Everybody's getting to know Rena. So these tanks here you've seen before, but you haven't seen them in their current location, and some of them are new, and it's kind of a mixture of a bunch of different things, but we'll start up here at the top. This is the Flooville Spec, I think is what it is, that I used to have in the office behind me in live streams. We've got a beta that I named FISH. Yeah, I know. Real original, right? You can barely see him because the light's broken. It is what it is. It's not the light's fault. It actually broke when it didn't break. I lost the plug for it in the move, and I've never had it. So anyway, moving over here to the Flooville Flex. I think only 2 of these tanks are Flooville tanks. We've got some white clouds in here, which I absolutely love. We're going to be talking about those on 10 Things this weekend. Love white clouds. I always have. Lisa has it decorated with what is this stuff called? I don't know. I call it Mr. Miyagi wood, but this came from the Aquatic Experience. We bought it from Flip Aquatics. Second plug for Flip Aquatics today. That came from them, and yeah, we're real happy with it. That's fake. Don't pay attention to that. That's fake right there. So this is a very sad story right here, because you see this, right? That's the lid for this tank. Why? Because this tank doesn't have a lid on it. This is the tank that I received as a gift from Chris Lukop. He scaped it for me. I got video footage of him scaping it for me. I made a video all about it. But you see there's one little Nano Petite in there, and that's it. Where'd everything else go? I'll tell you where it went. Right there. That's where it went, right there. Rena knocked this top off, because, I mean, it's just a ghetto top anyway. She knocked it off. He knocked it off. We don't know what that cat is. And pulled all the plants out. Didn't touch the fish. This is still the original beta that we've had from the beginning. He's very dark right now because there's no light in that tank because, you know, it is what it is. But that is the beta that I got from Chris Lukop. So still love that fish. He is gorgeous, and we're gonna move him up here very, very soon and maybe do shrimp in that tank. Moving down now, we've got these two Aqueon 10 gallons. All of these are leases, folks. I mean, they're all leases. They're all kind of in disarray right now because I've been telling her there's no reason to spend a whole lot of time on this because I'm going to be building a new rack system for these tanks. But there's two 10s down here. One has another beta sorority in it, and there's no light. Long story. There is some zebra danios to serve as dithers, and then there is, I don't know, 4 or 5 female betas in there. Look at that one. Is that insane? With the red and the orange and the good Lord. That's as pretty as any OB peacock you'll ever find. And not nearly as mean. But anyway, then we've got this crazy tank right here. Good Lord, are we ever professional guppy breeders? Look at this. We bought these guppies from Petco, and they won't stop breeding. They won't stop. Look at this. It's insanity. There's probably 75 fish in this tank right now. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, these are all the 10-gallon Aqueon starter kits with the Aqueon filter, the same one that's on the 15-gallon columns. They both have those. It's a quick, easy, cheap kit that you can buy at Petco, PetSmart. You might even be able to get it at Walmart. Super cheap, easy to set up, and nice in a pinch if you need one in a hurry. And this little tank over here, Padre is in that. He's very bashful. He hides all the time. I still call it the SpongeBob tank because of the decorations in it. That's a little top fin, I don't know, desktop tank or something like that. She bought that in a hurry to put Padre in when she saved him. If you never watched that video, you should check it out. I did a video all about, actually I didn't do it, Lisa did the video about how she saved that fish that was pretty much dead in a cup, but can't really see him right now, so there's no reason really to even try to show you. All right, so moving on to Lisa's two tanks over here. Yep, I'm gonna do a little plug for Current USA here because the light went off. I'm just gonna turn it on full blast. Yes, that is the Current satellite system, the Orbit system, I believe is what it's called. There will be a video coming out. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But first of all, this 125 here, we just did a video on this last week and the week before because I did a video on these lights. These are the Kessel Ace 360Xs. I am a huge fan of them. A lot of people had a lot of stuff to say in that video about those lights. Nobody had any doubt about the actual performance of the light, but there were people that had some opinions about the price, and I get it. I mean, they're expensive lights, but you know what? You get what you pay for, and Lisa is thrilled. That is all that matters. On the side here, I've got the controller mounted for the 3 Kessel lights. Looks awesome. She has done such a good job planting this tank. This is a absolute passion project for her. She has done amazing things with it, and I'm super proud of her. We got to figure out how to get rid of some of these daggone whatever you call them that are floating up there because it's blocking all the light. But actually, that's going to be a good thing because the super secret fish that she's putting in here is going to need that. It's going to want some places to chill out. So I'd love to hear your guesses of what you think Lisa's going to be putting in here in the comments below, and I bet you won't guess it. But as far as what we're running in this tank, we've got a Flooville 400 watt heater back there, or 300 watt. I think it might be a 300 watt. And then there is the FX6 that is providing the filtration on this tank. As far as fish we have in here right now, we've got the Pearl Danios, the rest of which are in my 75. But the Pearl Danios are a lot of fun. And just a little hint, they're gonna stay in here. But there's also a couple of albino bristlenose plecos in here. I don't know where they are. There might only be one, there might be two. I have no idea where they're hanging out, but they're in there somewhere to scrounge around and whatever. But anyway, so there you go. 125, 3 Kessel A360Xs with the controller and with the Flooville FX6. That's what's running on that tank. And then we move over to here. This tank looks a little different than it looked last week, doesn't it? Well, I just gave you kind of a sneak peek on the new lights that we got on this tank. They just came in last weekend. There will be a video coming out on them next week, next Wednesday. Excited to show that to you. Excited about these lights, folks. Wow. I know, I've said it before. I'm easy to please, but let me tell you, the difference is night and day comparing these lights to what we had on there before. I am absolutely thrilled. 125 gallons with an FX4 and a Marineland Emperor 400. The Emperor 400, it's running on this tank to give it a little bit more water flow, but also to have a filter seated for future expansion. I don't know. We don't have any direct plans for it right away. I might actually move it over to the 360 because it's really not necessary in this tank. But anyway, she's got her 10 Santarum discus. This is the style discus that Chris from Multi-Tank Addiction is drawing in that live stream that I just showed you a little earlier. So check them out. Absolutely gorgeous. These all came from Discus Hans. We got them about 3 weeks ago, I think, and they were a birthday present for Lisa. So there's 10 of them in there, and that's it. There's nothing else in there with them, just the 10 Discus. Recap, 400 watt heater. It's Marineland. You can see that back there. It's just the all black ones. FX4, two 72-inch current satellite. I'm not even 100% sure of the model number, shame on me. But there's gonna be a video on that coming out soon. And don't pay attention to the Emperor 400 because that's not gonna be there long. Right below this tank is another one of those Aqueon starter kits. And the reason why she got this one is because these fish are gonna go with the Discus eventually. But they're quarantined right now. So there you go. She actually bought these the same day as the Discus. They are rummy nose Tetras. One of my personal favorites. Love this fish, absolutely love them. There's 30 of them in there. And they are eventually gonna go into the 125 with the Discus. Once again, this is an out of the box. It's got the Aqueon heater, the Aqueon little hang on the back filter, the LED light, the whole deal. Cute little kit, easy and nice, especially in a pinch. There was a pinch here. We didn't have an open tank. We got all these extra fish, needed somewhere to put them and quarantine them. There they go. Now let's move on to my two prized possessions here, the 240. This tank has been in probably 100 KG Tropicals videos. Very proud of this tank. I love the way it looks right now. Love, love, love the fish in them. We did an unboxing and kind of presentation of these fish when we got them, which was a couple of months ago from Live Fish Direct. Absolutely amazing. Huge, huge fan. These fish have grown so much since we got them. Look at that Rostratus. That guy is a boss. Look at him. I mean, it's been my new favorite African cichlid ever since we got him. He is striking, and you can't even see it in the camera. This is a good camera, but it doesn't show the colors. All the kind of aqua colors, the blue, he's amazing. Oh, I just love that fish. The Buco Spectabilis, look at him. He's grown probably 2 inches since we got him, and he's gotten fat. Love that guy. Another one of my newfound favorites. We've got a few peacocks in here. They kind of hang out down below. We got the what's that? The Midnight, the Ethylwane, the Eureka Red Jake, we did lose the Regal Blue, one of those things where you go to the tank one day and it's just dead. I mean, you didn't see it coming, it's just gone. Got the Redfin Borley, that just ridiculous OB. Come on now, seriously, really? Are you seeing that fish right there? Come on. Oh, I'm in love with that fish. So what we have running on this tank is the Sump. It is the seamless Sump system from Custom Aquariums. We've got our extra bracket down there for the current lights. It's a tried and true system. It's worked very well for us. We've got the UV sterilizer in there also, which I don't know that you can see. This thing has been running for a long time and it's always served us well. I've got two 300 watt heaters in here. And I tried talking about this on the stream, but I don't know how well it came across. So with this Sump, what I've done here, and it's worked extremely well, water comes down that elbow, flows through the baskets, which then of course fills up this little cavity right here, and then it spills over into the Sump. I've got my two heaters right here. So the water is constantly being pushed past those heaters. I've done that in both of my Sumps and it's worked extremely well. Two 300 watt heaters are heating this tank with no problems at all. I'm sorry, I'm using my other hand to move the cat crate out of the way so that we can look at the new Pride and Joy. The new Pride and Joy that is down one fish, I'm sad to say. But this is the 360. You see this behind me in every single Tank Talk Live and in a lot of our videos. We just got the arowanas 3 weeks ago, same day we got those discus. In fact, all of the fish in this tank we bought that same day. We got the two arowanas, which are doing very well. I've actually shown them already multiple times in videos. The smaller of the two is doing well, and this is the bigger of the two. Their names, in case you're curious, Drogon and Viserion. Drogon, because he's bigger and better looking, and Viserion. Yep. Where'd those names come from? If you don't know, then you don't like good TV. We got the two Oscars. I am not kidding you when I tell you this is not an exaggeration. These Oscars have nearly doubled in size since we got them. In 3 weeks, these Oscars have grown completely out of control. I've got to fight them to get food to the arowanas. I put food in here, they go up, they take it. They will literally take the food out of the Oscars or out of the arowanas' mouths. It's hilarious. They are pigs. They will stuff their mouths until there's food hanging out of their mouth. They are gluttons, but I just love them. And then we've got the, unfortunately, two gold Severums. We're going to talk about this on Tank Talk Live tomorrow night. If you're watching this the day it's uploaded, we're going to do Tank Talk Live tomorrow night at 9 p.m. And we're going to talk about this. But it was just one of those things where 1 minute the fish is fine, the next minute it's dead. That's what happened. And I gave up trying to figure out why that happened. So this, just like the 240, is being run by the seamless Sump system from Custom Aquariums. This one is a little bit different though, because it has the two drains that go down through two filter socks and then go through the trays that are in here. It's a little bit wider than the other one. And then just like with those, I've got the heaters in here. I'll show you. I don't know if you can see them in there or not. Yeah, there they are. In this one, it's two 400 watt heaters that I have right there. So the water is always flowing through there into the Sump and then being pumped out back into the tank. So it's always pushing water straight through there, which is making it very efficient for the heaters. Two 400 watt heaters are heating this tank, no problem. It's at like 80 degrees right now. We're good to go. So there you go. There is our walkthrough of all of the current tanks that we have running. Gonna probably have to do this again in another couple of months because we're always gonna be adding stuff. Lisa's talking about another big tank. I don't know what that woman's problem is, but she's always looking at new stuff. But anyway, thank you for going on this little ride with me. It's been a lot of fun. This is a project that's probably never gonna end. But since I've already done a couple of walkthroughs for you, and I haven't done one in a while, I figured today made sense to go ahead and do that. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night on Tank Talk Live. If you're watching this the day it was uploaded, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. on this channel, Tank Talk Live. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We'll be sitting right here and we'll be talking to you about all things fish keeping, and I'll tell you that story about the gold Severum. We'll talk about other things too. We're gonna have a lot of fun. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Click the bell and all of that so that you get notified just in case you forget about Tank Talk Live tomorrow. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm exhausted, I'm going to bed.